The 2024 All-Star NASCAR race at North Wilkesboro was packed with drama, especially between Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. During the race, a fierce battle for position escalated into an on-track collision, leading to an intense post-race confrontation. Stenhouse threw the first punch, but Busch didn't hold back, expressing his frustration over being squeezed into the wall. The altercation highlighted the high stakes and raw emotions of the race. And in today's episode, we'll delve into the heated rivalry and the aftermath of their clash. During a recent race, Kyle Busch decided to take drastic action after an incident in the second corner. He rear-ended Ricky Stenhouse Jr., sending Stenhouse's car into the wall and out of the race. Even though Ricky's car was badly damaged, he managed to drive it to the pit road. Instead of stopping at his designated spot, he parked in Kyle Busch's spot to make a point. After exiting his car, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. went straight to Busch's crew chief, Randall Burnett, for a brief exchange. While the exact words were not captured, Ricky later explained his actions to the media.
I told Randall that, well, first I parked it there because I figured Kyle would, do something similar, and then just told Randall that he could tell Kyle I'll see him afterwards over the radio. Since there's no tunnel here, I can't leave. I'll be here when the race is over.
True to his word, Ricky waited outside Kyle Busch's hauler as the race ended. Despite his car being damaged, Ricky stood ready for the confrontation. Kyle finished in 10th place and headed to his hauler where Ricky was waiting. The two drivers started arguing about the incident. Fireworks in the background, celebrating Joey Logano's race win, made it hard to hear everything. Ricky accused Kyle of causing the collision himself, insisting that he had not made contact with Kyle's car. Kyle, however, refused to take any responsibility for the incident, which frustrated Ricky. He challenged Kyle to review the footage to see the truth. Tensions escalated when Ricky threw the first punch, landing a right hook that pushed Kyle to the ground. Kyle quickly got up and attempted to fight back, but his engineers restrained him. The situation intensified when Ricky's dad joined the fray, throwing punches at Kyle to defend his son. Amidst the chaos, Kyle managed to land punches on Ricky's dad. Ricky, seeing his dad involved, shouted in concern and questioned if Kyle had hit him. The fight continued until mechanics from both teams intervened and separated the brawlers. The clash between Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. during the race was a moment of high tension and drama. As the engines roared to life and the vehicles thundered down the track, the anticipation among the fans was palpable. The race had barely begun when the incident occurred, signaling an intense start to the competition. Busch expressed his frustration over the early collision, emphasizing the point that the race had just started and the cars were not even fully up to operating temperature.
Yeah, it's the first lap of the race. We don't even have water temp in the car yet, and we're wrecking each other off of two.
Stenhouse offered a different perspective on the events. He recounted their history of competitive racing dating back to their days in the Nationwide Series, where they frequently vied for victories.
I feel like Kyle and I have always raced each other really hard. Back to the Nationwide Series when we were competing for wins week in and week out, and never had any issues. And then, I wrecked him one time at Daytona, and, he's kind of bad-mouthed me ever since then. So I feel like we get along with each other okay outside the racetrack. I talked to him quite a bit. I'm not sure why he was so mad that, I shoved it 3 wide, but, he hit the fence and kind of came off the wall and ran into me, and I don't know, when I was talking to him, he kept saying that I wrecked him. So,
for Busch, the early move by Stenhouse was not just untimely, but also unwarranted, especially considering that it was merely the first lap. Both drivers had started the race in positions that would have allowed them to contend with the leaders. However, Stenhouse's chances were dashed as he crashed out early. Busch, too, faced the repercussions of the incident, struggling with vehicle damage after being pushed into the wall by Stenhouse. The incident served as a stark reminder of the delicate balance drivers must maintain between assertive racing and control, a balance that is crucial in the high-stakes environment of motorsports. Stenhouse's team, JTG Daugherty Racing, had more at stake with only one charter on the grid, while Richard Childress Racing fielded both Busch and Austin Dillon. With Dillon not participating in the All-Star event, the pressure was even more pronounced on Stenhouse's shoulders. He spoke about the strong performance during practice and the strategic plan that they had devised, which was unfortunately not realized due to an early exit.
We're a single car team over here. We're working really hard to, go out and get better each and every weekend. And, we had a really good game plan coming in. Our car was really strong yesterday Friday in practice. I was looking forward to running to the front. I think we'd passed a couple cars there, and I was excited for the rest of the night. And, he ruined it. So, yeah.
Joey Logano, another key player in this high-octane drama, seized the opportunity to demonstrate his prowess behind the wheel. His performance led to a victory, marking it as his initial triumph of the season and contributing to Ford's second win. Despite the victory not securing a playoff spot due to the All-Star race's non-regular season status, it was a significant morale booster for the team. The altercation between Busch and Stenhouse Jr. was a moment of intense rivalry, with Busch's reaction to take out Stenhouse Jr.'s car being seen as an overstep by many. The expectation was for NASCAR to impose penalties, yet the organization chose to highlight the incident on social media, a move that sparked debate among fans and insiders alike. NASCAR's decision not to penalize the drivers immediately was met with mixed reactions. While some called for stricter enforcement of rules, others relished the excitement such confrontations bring to the sport. The possibility of a fight night, as proposed by Stenhouse Jr., could indeed be an intriguing addition to NASCAR's calendar, blending the thrill of racing with the raw emotion of a good-natured rivalry. As the dust settled, the focus shifted to the potential repercussions. Would NASCAR introduce fines before the next race in Charlotte? The community waited with bated breath. Kyle Busch's season hangs in the balance as the halfway mark approaches, with no wins to his name. The pressure mounts for a victory that could salvage his year and justify his recent contract extension with RCR for 2025. Struggling to adapt to the next-gen cars introduced in 2022, both Busch and his team face the challenge of making significant adjustments before the season concludes. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., also winless, shares this urgency to improve performance and secure a playoff position. As the drivers gear up for the next race in Charlotte, the rivalry between Busch and Stenhouse Jr. promises more intense on-track battles. Their quest for a win is critical, not just for the playoffs, but also to avoid potential contract reevaluations. The aftermath of the race left a clear divide between the two drivers' perspectives. Stenhouse felt that Busch's response during the race was excessive and that the gap Busch left on the track was a legitimate opportunity for advancement. And that's it for today's episode. Now, make sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel for more NASCAR content.